so let us move on to the next one. Narrow address translation, NAT. And NAT, I think, you know the name, but how to have the proper operation for NAT. NAT actually, we can have one address for all of the hosts, but it's a local one. So the current address is the private IP, private. So the possible private IP, you can check it. Alright, and private IP, we should have a public IP. So of course, we should have one public IP. And the public IP here. So, how to have a mapping? Just one public IP, but many private IPs. So how to have the normal operation? In fact, different for the different private IP doesn't matter. But going to the outside, we should have one IP. But how to have the different way to differentiate from host 1, host 2 to host, for example, 4. We need to have a whole number. So we want to have the mapping. Using one IP for all devices, but we should have the whole number so that put them together we can have the possible mapping. In fact, later we will have the mapping. If we have this way, what are the advantages? Just one public IP, and can change the address for the local one. Local one can have the different one, so of course we can have a DHCP. And actually we can change ISP, and so that won't change the setting for the local devices. And if so, we can have the separation so that we can take care of security. For example, we have a company. A company, they don't want to reveal their IP, so they want to use a private IP. So this is a best way or maybe better solution for the enterprise. Because it can have the proper separation so that we can take care of security for sure. Even if it's not so strong, but at least this is a minimum requirement for the security. So of course we expect to apply NAT. Well, previously I didn't know the implementation. We should have a single IP, but how to achieve it so that we still know the content to the specific host. Here, we should have the translation table. Translation table to have the mapping. The single IP, but different port number to the destination. This one. Like this, I barely have the whole one. Oh, sorry. Follow this. First of all, we have the private IP. Alright, private IP, then we need to use the public IP. And public IP, then we have this. We should have the mapping. And the mapping, this one, the original one, and the mapping here. 5001 for the current public IP. And map to this host. And likewise, you can have for the next one. And so that you know, if I receive message, the messages should be forward to the current private IP and the port number. And this is the idea from NAT. So once we return, then this is the next one. So we pass on the translation table to forward to this host. Alright, so we have 2 steps to go outside and 2 steps to come back. About the current NAT working mechanism, is it okay? So any questions? well, assumed to be no. So it's important to have the translation. And translation then someone mentioned, well, is it true? So look at these. Someone think NAT is not okay because of the controversial. And controversial here is the thing is some problem. Maybe not a real problem, but they have the control. Actually, NAT has been controversial because router should only process to layer 3. But why here we have a layer 4 consideration? Which one you think? Pole number. The pole number originally should be layer 4. Right? And so this is a controversial. And actually, if we want to have more addresses not using NAT, instead we should have IPv6. So why we have the controversial? Because someone wants to push IPv6. So do not use NAT. That's why it's a controversial. It doesn't mean it's a real problem. Alright. So maybe all of these you can check these. And also the end-to-end ones, of course, not to the network layer. However, finally the solution here. NAT is here to stay. Why? We use it, we think it's a viable solution, so we still expect to use NAT. So up to now, we can have a coexistence of NAT and IPv6, no problem. Alright, so this is NAT. Well, I think it is okay, right? If it is okay, then that's right. NAT can solve the problem of shortage of IP addresses, but normally we expect to have IPv6. So here, initial motivation, shortage of IPv4 addresses space. So we have IPv6. And the length is 128. And we make the header simple, 40. Alright, and we don't have the other, we have the concept of flows. So that we have the simplified one. This time not 20, it's 40. Why it's 40? At least the IP address is 128, because of course we have the longer one. So look at the current format. Simplify one, so it doesn't mean we have a lot of fields. No. Yes, we have a source, destination, payload, but for the others, it's the simplified fields. However, it's still longer, from 20 to the current 140. And for the meaning here, we have the flow label in IPv6. So we introduce the concept of the flow, and we can have the priority. So what's missing? No checksum, no fragmentation reassembly, no options. Why? Because we want to make it simple. So no this, no checksum, no fragmentation, no options. If you want to compare, you can check the current format with the format in IPv6, the previous one. And suddenly you have all the details. So for this one, maybe no time to check it. But let me reserve it. So this Wednesday, we will have for the discussion. And this Wednesday, we will have one professor to come to our classroom to let us have the class or course observation. And so that never mind that one. Maybe you just stay here for 10 minutes initially. 10 minutes. Alright. So 10 minutes for the class observation. Because of that, I will arrange thin pair share initially. Try to select one problem from our problem set. So if possible, for all students today stay on YouTube, please come to the classroom and so that the professor can see all of you and so that you can join the activity in the classroom. Alright, so the actual one. Maybe we will start the discussion, but I will better have a thin pair share first so that we can continue the discussion for this. And I will select a problem maybe before this page, but in this chapter. Alright? And thin pair share style, so never mind that it's a test. No, thin pair share activity only. Alright, up to now, any questions? If no, that's it. See you this Wednesday. Bye bye.